That's for sure. Get smooth with Tim. Get smooth with Tim. They have you rolling like you popped the pill. Once you hear the show, you ain't gonna want it to end. Get creative with the sounds you can make with your mouth. Reaching all over the world, Queen Silvy in the house. Award-winning show, got the #1 spot. Look out. It's the Queen Silvy Show. 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 It's the Queen Silvy Show.
Hi, this is Joe Mass. You are listening to the Queen Silvy Show. You are now part of the royalty.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's time for the silky smooth sounds of Smooth Tim and Her Majesty herself, Queen Silvy.
Hey, good morning, and thank you for dropping in with us on another terrific Tuesday. I am Smooth Tim, and at this moment, it is now my pleasure to introduce to you the world's sexiest granny and everyone's favorite comedian, Queen Silvy.
Yes, it is me, Queen Silvy. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are in the world today. This is a terrific Tuesday on the Queen Silvy Show, and I am honored and happy that you are here. You have time to grab a glass of water, spread the word. The Queen Silvy Show is coming to you live on all of your social media platforms, promising to bring you the best of live entertainment, talents, and topics from around the world to you. Smooth, how are you today?
I'm doing terrific, Queen, on this Tuesday, and might I ask, how are you doing?
As always, I am supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious, I
Yes.
suppose, is 24/7, 365. Queen Silvy, you are simply
I know.
amazing. Yes, you are.
Oh, I know I'm amazing. But what also is amazing besides you, Smooth, is the amazing lineup of guests and announcements we have on the show today, don't we?
On today's Terrific Tuesday, Queen, we have Grammy-nominated master violinist known as the fiddler, Alex Depue.
Yes.
That's exactly right. We're going to spend a whole hour with this gentleman because we got a lot of things to cover. As far as announcements, let's go with our hearts and prayers to these people still suffering from the pandemic out there, Queen.
Absolutely.
There's so many things going on. I know artists like Alex would like to get out there and perform. We'd like to get out there and maybe even watch a football game or something.
Right.
But our hearts and prayers go out to anybody that's had loss or anything else also. Also, you'll see scrolling at the top of the screen, visit queensylvia.com and jump on our Friends Club and get yourself lined up to get yourself a free gift, right, Queen?
Absolutely. You know what? If you call Oris Fashion Boutique, and set up an appointment for a private shopping for Wednesday and Thursday, listen, you get 40% off. Plus, if you mention the Queen Silvy Show, you get a little bit more than that. Oh, you cannot beat that.
I'm
This
liking
is the
that.
time. Do it just because. Yeah.
Give her a shout. 817-987-1577.
That's right.
817-987-1577. She's at 3100 West Arkansas Lane here in Arlington, Texas. Anyhow, Queen, let's see what else we got going on. How about especially, and we covered this a little bit, shouts outs and prayers, and you need a little bit of re-encouragement with what's going on, get a hold of our friend at Rolling with the Chaplain, Sabrina Williams. Name sounds familiar for a reason.
Don't tell.
Rolling with the Chaplain, and she would be more than happy to throw down a prayer, a little bit of inspiration for you, or even just listen to you. Let's give some shout out to our listeners and followers from last week in the United States, Australia, the Kingdom of Tonga, Canada, the
Shout
United
out.
Kingdom, Spain, London, Brazil, Africa, and the Netherlands. Thank you all for tuning into the
Absolutely.
show. Again, like Queen says, no matter what time of the day or night it may be.
That's
We
right.
appreciate it.
That's right.
And that covers our announcements there, Queen.
Oh, well, listen, the phone line's on.
Phone lines are on.
Ooh, phone lines are on. So if you want to call in and ask our guest a question, comment, or suggestion, holler at Smooth or myself. The number is 817-602-0577. That's the number to call in. Wherever you are watching or listening to the Queen Silvy Show, you're more than welcome to send a comment or question that way, and Smooth will get those questions out to our guests. I am honored to have my guests on the show, but before I get into that, what I'd like to do at this moment is I like to share some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show to you. Everything starts with your own mind. Your thoughts, attitude, and determination are all essentials for success. You know, no one gets remembered for the things they didn't do, right? So don't just sit there and wish for it. Get out and work for it. That's the key. And remember, it's a process. It's going to take time, but you'll make it as long as you don't give up. So be confident in yourself. Believe me, you are a winner. And know this, self-confidence, that'll make you unstoppable. That's right. And those are some motivational words from the Queen Silvy Show. I love that audience. Where are you? Guess what? We're fully charged. That's right. So that audience is on it today. The Queen Silvy Show, thank you so much for tuning in. Spread the word. We are live on all of your social media platforms. We're going to get things going because you know what? I have my socks on. No shoes. I'm ready to tap my feet. I'm ready to jam right now. And I'm ready to talk to a very special guest and friend on the Queen Silvy Show. Born with exceptional talents. At the age of 5, he began studying classical violin. What? At the age of 5, I'm not going to tell you what I was doing. At the age of 7, he mastered the fiddle, winning contests and championships. You know, I could go on and on for every year after that about this guy with a successful career of multitudes of accomplishments and awards, including 2010 Grammy nomination with Steve Vai. He's back to show you just why he is the greatest. Master violinist, master fiddler, multi-instrumentalist, producer, and again, I could go on and on and on. He might be a master baker. We're going to find out. We're going to find out. Originally from Bowling Green, Ohio, coming to you live from Mexico, I introduce to you Alex Depue. Hey, Alex. How are you?
Silvy, it is a pleasure to be back with you.
Did I leave out anything when I was like with that scroll? What did I leave off?
With the read?
Yeah. What did I leave off? I said fiddler, master, this, probably a good cook. What else? Tell me some more things that I don't know.
I see. Well, you got pretty much everything there. I do have an interest. One of my hobbies is magic. So
no way.
Ultimately, someday I'll want to incorporate some of those elements of magic and illusion along with the focus being still the artistry of music.
We love that. Do you know I can do the cup balls trick, and Tim is good with a couple card tricks. We'll get together one day when all of this ends and finally meet, have a meal, and some magic.
And do some magic
Well, the
tricks.
cups and balls is something you really have to practice.
I know.
So
I did have a little video. I get a kick out of setting up the camera and just, have a glass of wine and just do it.
That's awesome.
Just do it. I'm glad to have you here today. This is a beautiful queen sitting next to you. Introduce your queen, if you will, please.
Truly is. This is Arya Noel Curzon, and she began her career in Hollywood at age 6 as a child actor. Many roles in commercials, and we've seen her on television more times than we could probably even know.
Absolutely, and don't you spill the beans. I like for her to tell you that. But let me tell you already, just on what you said about her, what I see that you two have in common. Do you want to know what that is?
Jealous.
Both of you two, at a very young age, was working a job the things that you guys have done at a young age, that's a job, that's a commitment. The studying, the practice, all that. You did more at a young age than some adults are doing right at this moment or have done in their life. So, you have that strength where it comes that endurance. You two of you are not giver uppers. I got that from the paper towel, quicker picker upper. You two are not giver uppers. But how are you? It's glad to meet you, Aria.
Thank you. Thank you for having me as well. I'm so happy to be here.
Well,
And you're right.
you are I'm a big fan of yours because I found some of the characters that you've done in your career. So tell the audience, if you will, a little bit about you as well as some of the brilliant roles that you have done and voiceovers.
Well, the role that I'm most well known for, I suppose, around the globe would be Ducky in the Land Before Time movie series. They made 14 of them and a TV show as well. But I was also on a radio show, a very popular faith-based radio show called Adventures in Odyssey that's been on for 30-something years now.
Audience.
Yeah, I was Mandy Strasberg on that. And then I've done a variety of commercials and TV shows and things throughout my life. I'm trying to think of some of the highlights that people might recognize, especially from the 90s when I was a kid, like Step by Step, Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Wow.
Some of those.
That is so good. Is this all that you wanted to do through the whole path? This is something you want?
Absolutely. I loved it from the moment I started. I loved getting up. That's what, like you were saying about us both starting careers at such a young age. I didn't even realize there was anything different about it. It was just a really fun hobby that I got to take part in. And it was something, you get a little extra attention for, and it's something makes you feel special and fun. And it was also got to save for college, or save for the future,
right?
Little by little growing up. So that was a really cool position to be in. And
so you said you used the past tense word like you're not lights, camera, action. Are you still involved in acting and voiceovers at this time?
I am. It's weird because I kind of separate myself from the past. It's like a different portion of life. So I still consider myself very active in the arts, in acting, voiceover, singing, dance. But it's now being channeled in different directions, especially now that I'm in a team with this guy.
Yeah, well, she's just now submitted as of 3 days ago or so as an official contestant for this season of The Voice.
Ooh.
So that gives you an idea as to
There's
how
that audience.
good she is with her voice as an instrument. She really can play it like a master musician might play the fiddle.
Awesome. See, you two complement each other. You two support each other. Area, you are Queen Captain, right? You do a lot of work and a lot of backup work to keep this man up, and he do you. I mean, that's how Smooth is, as a team and what we're doing. He's multiple award winning for being what he does. I mean, we all have different hats that we wear. So for you, what's so challenging for you? How did you able to obtain, the purpose of the team?
For me?
Yes. You're Queen Captain.
And it's funny, he's actually called me the Queen since we got together a couple of years ago now. We've known each other for 13 years, but we got together almost 3 years ago. And it's been a journey. You get to know different things about each other all the time. You're always learning. And I, as a kid actor, you're kind of just shuffled around. You're brought to set, you're brought to auditions. You don't have to do a whole lot of the planning. But when you're in a relationship with another artist, especially a working musician, and you start to look around at like, how can I help? How can I help bolster this situation up and find opportunities for him and for both of us? It's a learning curve. I mean, I've learned a lot about the music industry that I didn't know before. How to maintain connections and I'm his biggest fan too. So that doesn't hurt.
You guys are melting me. Oh my God. Smooth, say something sweet. Come on, hun, say something sweet. She was melting him right there. Come
Wasn't
on.
that nice? Well, that's so important. And we've talked to a lot of people and all over the board in the entertainment industry. And you two got it right. And you have to be partners. You have to be support mechanisms. And you guys are doing it right. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you.
Hey, you know what?
I
Every
feel
day is
good.
a lesson. Every day is a teaching. I'm gonna tell you what our secret is, because we have, when Tim found me, I was going through a divorce at the time, and I was like, I don't want to meet nobody who, but I studied him thanks to the World Wide Web. I can check him out, right? And so I was hesitant, but on that first date, it was so great. I kid you not. 30 days later, Tim drove to Toledo, Ohio in a U-Haul and picked up his queen, and we've been married 13 years now. Is it 13?
Wow.
At 13.
13 years now.
But wait, the most amazing part of it truly is the secret, and you told me this a long time ago.
It's true.
The queen is always right.
Always. Remember that, Aria. You are always right, girl. You are the queen. We never
I'm gonna
argue.
realize that.
Hey, we never argue because I'm always right.
Amen.
Sometimes it takes a couple days maybe for him to realize it, but once he does, I don't rub it in. You
Yeah,
just let it.
he'll catch on to that. But the key is we have our own space. You must have your own space. I know when he's in a mode and if he needs his space, and trust me, he knows when I need my space. Plus, as a team, we are a team, but you also have to have your own something. You know what I mean? It rounds off just great. Plus, I'm always right, so it's great. But moving on with that, we're talking to Alex Depue and Queen Aria. I'm going to mess that name up, and I'm not going to blame it on the Henny. It's too early in the morning. But for you, Alex, what are you doing these days while, frequent lockdowns and restrictions? What you been doing?
Wow. So everything is, I don't know if you've noticed, it sounds like maybe you have. Everything is kind of migrating to an online type of existence for musicians. I see that the headlines today, Eric Clapton and Van Morrison have just released a single, more or less protesting this situation with the lockdowns and whatnot in such a way as to let it be known that musicians are indeed a dying breed. And there is a question as to whether or not live music will ever return.
Wow.
So, yeah, now with that as today's headline, that causes me a great deal of concern. But at the same time, there is light at the end of this tunnel, because with every day we look at it with a new lens and a new perspective as to how we're going to keep the ship afloat.
Mm-hmm.
It looks as though, through the addition of certain tools on social media platforms like Facebook paid live events, we're able to sell tickets to those who are friends and fans who are interested in hearing a live performance, albeit through their video screen. It's still a live performance.
Right.
And we've been fairly successful so far.
Absolutely.
With that.
You just had one days ago. Am I correct? You and Miguel, is it De Hoyo?
De Hoyos.
He's a bad guy. I'm not kidding you. He knows his stuff. And then to put you together with him, because you know your stuff. You guys been in collaboration since like 2007.
That's right.
So you and the chemistry is fantastic. But you know what, Alex? Some artists have a difficult time, believe it or not. And I mean artists like even comedians who's used to the interaction with the audience head on has to adjust to this transition with this online thing. Some can't do it. Some need to see that audience or need to hear it. But they need to do like me. Audience, where are you? Audience, there he is. So I need the audience, do what you have to do to get through it. But what ways are you promoting your music? Is it just that way, the internet? Which ways are you promoting it, as well as generating new fans right now? This is a challenging time.
Yeah, it really is a challenging time. So along with this online perspective, which is continually changing, We are still performing live through uh, um, entities like the Mainly Mozart Festival, which is a worldwide, it's a well-known, very popular organization in San Diego, California, and one of the few organizations, even in the state of California, which just went purple yet again.
Hmm.
So I'm not sure what their situation is as of yesterday, but they were one of the only organizations in the country still doing live events as far as live
Outside.
music is concerned outside. Yeah.
Drive-in
So
concert.
you drive
Yes.
your car in and
They're
then
doing that
at the
here
end of
too.
the song,
They're doing
it-
stand up comedy out on the stage in front of the screen, then the movie. I mean, you just have to be creative right now. You know, if you have that deep passion and you know your purpose, you're going to take this time of being shut in and create. Take this time to push some stuff out. I mean, I have created my entire wall because when I'm bored, I take a pencil and draw flowers on the freaking wall. Hey, I use my creativity.
it's
But I
great.
do what I got to do. Yes.
No,
So important to keep our brains alive, you know, and our
Yes.
souls.
Absolutely.
Do
You are
something.
so on point.
I was
Yes.
listening to what you said, Alex, about live events. I'm sure they're going to come back. There's nothing like a live event, that interpersonal relationship with an artist. It's nice to watch an artist online, and have that pleasure of hearing his music and watching him play. But that personal interaction, it's different. We know this. It'll happen.
Sure.
I don't know if you heard of the country singer. I can't quite recall his name, but he did a live concert and it was inside. And the big controversy was because the majority of the people were running up on stage and he didn't have on masks. Did you hear? You remember what I'm talking? I can't recall his name, but for you, Alice, if right now someone called you and said, "Hey, we want you to do a concert. We're going to break this barrier, but it's got to be inside," would you do it?
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm on call 24/7. If the phone rings, I'll be there.
Yeah, you know what grinding is all about. We got to grind out here. Your career began with classical music, which now spans a variety of genres. It's classical, bluegrass, violinist, jazz. You know, you already know. What am I telling you about? But personally, though, I think, and this is me because I call myself musically inclined. I love all music. There's nothing I don't like because if you really listen, you can find the different things within that song or that music you're hearing. So, you know, personally, I think in order to expand the audience demographics, you have to ignite their creativity, that creative versatility, and you have to combine the musical styles. Do you agree with me on that?
I do agree with you on that. That's exactly what my plan of attack has been since, oh, age 14 or so.
Really?
Sure.
I'm
Yeah.
impressed.
It was at that point I was introduced to the whole concept of improvisation on the violin,
Mm-hmm.
which led me to musics which are not on the printed page and allowed me a newfound freedom to explore the instrument and just try different things and go for different combinations of notes that made a complete thought
Mm-hmm.
musically to the point where, it becomes a fluent language for you.
Okay. See, you at 5, you said that so well, by the way.
Wasn't that
That was
something?
that was just like a master.
We should have recorded that. Wait, we did. It'll be on you.
He's a master. Remember, he's a master. You know, one girl, by the way, off the record, Alex, checked me because I called you a master. She's like, "You're gonna make him kind of master." It's a whole nother show.
The whole
'Cause I
time,
was like,
that's a
he's a
topic all by itself, Queen. Come on, move
I was
on.
like, he is master. You hear me? But listen, listen. You studied violin classical at 5, and area you have started young at a young age working too. You know, tell me, Alice, is this true or false that I've heard? One of the things often associated with classical music and playing classical music is the high pressure to succeed from a young age. Is
I
that
would
true?
say that that's true. Yeah, I would agree with that because, the competition is so vast even when I was a boy. And so that's dating us back quite a bit there. But for those who did not begin at the very least by age 5, a lot of times those were the students who were kind of discounted from the mix for winning any type of fancy award.
Right.
You know, I'm not sure if that has changed. If it has changed, I'm sure the age has gone down.
Mm.
Oh my gosh, yeah,
Rather
see,
than
like
up.
3-year-olds nowadays. 2-year-olds. I would say that's what a big difference between the way we were raised is he would go to these competitions and it's like you don't go to lose, you go and you're ready to fight and give everything you got. Where with me as an actor, it's like you're doing something different all the time. You're not doing these intense, disciplined hours a day of things. It's like this day you may be going and being a kid in a McDonald's commercial, and then tomorrow you're gonna go and be on a playing on TV show. I don't know. It's different
That's
things
why you're
every day.
good.
And
But she's got a
5
unique
audition
voice.
days.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm listening to your voice. You got a
love
very
her voice.
unique voice. So I can see
thank
where
you.
that could be fit into a lot of different areas.
She's a
Yeah.
star. She's a
And
queen,
that's,
honey.
yeah, especially with animation. You could be a dinosaur one day, a puppet
Absolutely.
the next day.
I love voiceover. Smooth and myself do a little bit here. I told you we'd be real creative here at home. You'd be surprised.
We did that for a couple of years, voiceover for a program. The guy,
But
it was
nothing,
a lot of fun.
nothing like the level of you. And so I look up to you because you have accomplished and went a little bit more to where I have not. So you inspiring me to keep doing what I'm doing, and I can do it. We do it from home and just ship it. So see how things are a
I
little
have
bit
your
different.
answer, Queen. That was Chase Rice and Chris Jensen.
That's
were
the
the
country
country
singers
musicians.
that did that. That's very good.
And Alex Ahmed says hi. I can't even pronounce the last name. Kishnavani says hi. So you've got some people that have said
They're
hi.
commenting in the
Alex. Commenting
sections.
already.
That's good.
Hello to you. Thanks for being here.
Yes. Well, listen, audience, give it up right now because I want to say hats off to your parents who are both concert pianists and educators. And, I have to believe that somewhere along the line, you actually paid attention. You saw the benefits and the ups and the downs of what it takes, but you also took heed of that advice your father told you about what you could do as far as you could either work now. And, I'm going to let you rephrase that for me. Tell me what it was, that advice that your father gave you at a young age. That is true.
Well, yeah, it was kind of a negotiation when he looked at me eyeball to eyeball at age 5, and he says, well, I have 2 options for you. You can either work now from age 5 until you're 18, and then play from the age of 18 until you're 80. Or you can play now from age 5 until you're 18 and work from age 18 until you're 80.
Right.
Which would be best for you?
I love it. I love it. What would be best for me is, warm me up right now with a little live performance. We have some audio that we're going to show too, but if you'd like to do some, but listen, before you do, let me just say this. I remember growing up and the band and everything, everyone would use the violin that fitted with the chin,
rest.
right? That's the only thing I ever seen. But since I've become a fan of Alex Depue, I now call it the seatbelt violin. You know what I mean? The one that you don't do it with your chin. So, what's the difference? Which is better, actually?
Well, the one that you may be referring
The
to is
seatbelt
the
violin,
instrument
yes.
I played on the Steve Vai tour, which is hanging on the wall over here. It's a 5-string Markwood Viper model, and it's probably one of the better electric violins on the market. But in order to keep it under your chin, so to speak, it has a buckle that goes around your torso, and literally you got to buckle in to play this violin. And well, I mean, I never had to do any of that on tour. I would just go from the piano, and then when it was time to play the electric violin, I'd put my hands in the air, and the tech would dress me with a tuned violin, and away I'd go to play with Vi.
That's awesome. I
Yeah,
saw
that
that
was quite
instrument,
a-
and I don't know if I could do it. I mean, if you're used to playing that away, it's another adjustment. But hey, you're a master. You can do it all. So please, if you will.
I'm just feeling some blues today, maybe.
Hey.
It's because we're in Texas.
Alex Depue. World-renowned Alex Depue. Oh, my goodness. Listen, you know what? I'm going to cry right now. No, I'm not. I'm not going to cry. That was really freaking good, you know. And this thing about it is you're so fantastic. Your parents are so fantastic. And your brothers are fantastic, man. It is so in the blood. I'm telling you, if any babies pop out anywhere, we already know they're going to be a concert pianist. They're going to be, they're going to be secure because they're going to be born with a gift that they can use to make a living on.
And maybe one of them want to do voiceovers for cartoon Queen. Come on now.
He's hinting. Listen, if I have a baby these days, I guarantee you it'll come off of Amazon. And it's gonna take batteries, baby. That's how it is. But the Depue Brothers band consists of you, Alex, your brothers Wallace, Jason, and Zachary, and whom all are award-winning fiddlers. Listen, when I watch videos of you playing, okay, even right now when you're playing, you kind of give my fingers arthritis, okay? Because I can't do it. I don't know how you do it. You do it so well. It's like you dream the fiddler and the violin on what you're doing. But you guys are very good. Tell a little bit about your brothers, because I have a holiday piece, a video of you all playing that I think is fantastic. But share a little bit about your brothers, because they are like concert pianists or in orchestras. Tell a bit.
Yeah, they're all professional violinists. So I'm one of 4 brothers from Bowling Green, Ohio. We grew up there in Bowling Green, and of course, we have to mention Toledo as well.
Thank you.
Played at Stranahan Theater many a time.
Mm-hmm.
We've played all through the city of Toledo, as a matter of fact. Oldest brother is Wallace Jr., who is now with the Naples Symphony in Florida. Of course, now I say this, all of these orchestras are currently on hiatus because of the pandemic.
Right.
So Jason is one rung under me in age, and he is with Philadelphia Orchestra in the first violin section. And then my youngest brother, Zachary, just finished an 11-year stint as concertmaster with the Indianapolis Symphony.
Audience.
So
I'm going to work that button today. I told you I'm fully charged.
I just feel the need to mention that thing that he just played, I've never heard before.
Really?
Which means he made that up on the spot just now.
Did you really, Alex? Alex, did you really? Wait a minute. Did you? Oh, my God. Yes, I told you he was going to show you why he is the greatest. There is no other. Mark it down and go follow and get this here, because this, I'm telling you.
But that's part of the no rules thing you were just talking about, Alex. And sometimes you just get this melody inside, and I do that on the guitar. It's not a song. I'm just playing.
But you know what?
Yeah.
Let me ask you, Alex, because you do instrumental music, right?
Yes.
Right? So this is what I don't understand. A songwriter, when a songwriter is writing a song, like I'm trying to write a song is a story, right? When you're instrumentally, like now, creating a song or playing a song, how does that songwriting process go? Because there's no words. The words, this is within what you're doing.
Well, that's a great question. For me, it's just kind of a meditative process that allows the music to speak through you, as opposed to taking responsibility for it, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. So are you saying words?
Somewhat of a divine intervention.
Okay. Are you like humming words in your head or something like that?
No, there isn't enough time to do that. But I understand for some songwriters that is the case. You know, if that were my forte, I'm sure that would be the case. I am a producer now in this recording studio. You can see just a little peek of the gear I'm using.
I want your curtains, by the way.
Thank you. For exactly that. The singer-songwriter out there, and one of my clients right now is a Christian artist out of Flint, Michigan. So we're doing some work in the studio for him.
Awesome, awesome. Well, you've done recordings from your great studio that I've seen, and I'm like, yeah, there's a couch over there, Smooth. They got room for us to come sit because it was great. It's a cool, comfortable place. I'm gonna just tell you, that's another thing when they do these live videos now. Now I can see people's cribs, and I never could. You know what I mean? So this is really great for me, and I love it. But this is a great video. It's a holiday video. The Depue Brothers Band. I want to share it with you right now on the Queen Silvy Show, and we'll be back with more with Alex and
We're going to take you back to 1970. Hopefully this will bring back some really fun memories for you. Or maybe not. If we did it right, this won't bring back any memories at all. Mm-hmm.